The last 20 seconds of this film will alter your perception of on-set rumors, so don't click away. The myth you've seen in headlines and comments has a true backstory. We would like to hear the opinions of everyone present regarding Brad Pitt's gross habit today. We'll trace the trail from a co-star's set narrative to late-night jokes to how the internet transformed a small tip into an enduring legend, so stay with me until the very end. The hook is this. Brad didn't always have time to take a shower in between takes during a lengthy shoot years ago with intense lighting and short turnaround times. Eli Roth, his co-star, claims that when time was of the importance, Brad disclosed a straightforward remedy, wiping his arms with baby wipes. It's straightforward, modest, and yes, a touch.
Ew.
If you imagine an endlessly long war movie. There is still discussion about that tiny clue. It began as a helpful remark amongst actors and evolved into the well-known gross habit that still exists today. Did anyone actually notice, then? The narrative kept popping up. Brad's baby wipe maneuver became part of his mystique when people began making jokes about how long he could go without taking a shower. Brad could go a long time without taking a shower, according to a joke made by Jason Priestley about their early days as housemates. Since it was taken directly from a TV chat and subsequently reported by the media, it wasn't from a dubious source. When things were hectic, you couldn't help but think of a renowned individual who occasionally preferred wipes to water. The jokes became more well-known after that. Zach Galifianakis mocked Brad's notion of not showering on or between two ferns. It was a forced, ridiculous farce, but it demonstrated how popular the story had grown. The rise of late-night humor indicates that it has permeated society. Even if a joke doesn't prove anything, it informs you what everyone has heard and keeps the gross habit debate going long after the show ends. For a moment, let's be fair. Actors make every effort to remain camera-ready over a lengthy session, a hot set, or a quick break. Any crew will tell you that quick solutions are common, even though baby wipes are harsh. That's life, and it's not just in Hollywood when you're racing a call sheet. What began as a useful piece of advice evolved into a moniker that became the pinnacle of clickbait. The truth is less dramatic, a time-saving cleaning shortcut that many people could relate to, while others found it amusing or disgusting. How did this endure so well? For 3 reasons. Let's start with the contrast, a well-kept star with a practical solution. The second is an image that immediately comes to mind, wipes in place of a shower. Third, the plot is kept interesting by regularly using the same jokes and witnesses. A narrative becomes proof each time it is recounted once it appears to be true. One piece of wisdom becomes legendary in this way. You might not anticipate this twist, though. It's crucial to remember that people change their habits because several people who later met Brad mentioned that he smelled fantastic at events. It's not necessary for a story from a particular era to stick with someone forever. Real life passes on, but the internet has a long memory. For this reason, it's helpful to distinguish between a humorous set story and a permanent label. Was this, then, the gross habit that everyone was discussing? Yes, the issue that keeps coming back is the baby wipe repair. It's not surprising, harsh, or scandalous. It's an individual. If nothing else, it demonstrates how quickly a minor behind-the-scenes incident can become a major news issue. It also emphasizes how important it is to always ask who made the original comment and where it originated. In this instance, the audience can hear the laughter, the comment is recorded on tape, and the source is obvious. Here is your brief synopsis if you read all the way through, which I hope you did. On set, Brad first offered a time-saving wipe technique that proved to be the gross habit. 2. Jokes and anecdotes from friends and comedians made it lively. 3. The real deed became less of a legend thanks to the internet. You'll be aware of the straightforward, true tale behind that headline the next time you see it. I appreciate you persevering until the very end. Please let me know in the comments if you think the baby wipe method is an original, disgusting, or just typical way to handle a hectic task. Click like, share with a friend who enjoys movie sets, and subscribe for a more straightforward, unbiased examination of the rumors that everyone disputes.